I always believed I was smart. Ever since I was a kid, I've always been a high achiever. Getting the top grades was easy for me. And, even when we moved up to secondary school, I was the highest in the group for everything. Science, maths, history, you name it. And I wasn't just good at these classes either. I was the best at them. I loved going to parents' evenings because teachers would go on and on about how smart and talented I was. They would say that I was certainly going to accomplish great things. Maybe I'd become a doctor or a lawyer. I was good at debating too. I'd won our local debate competition 3 years in a row, so maybe I could even become a politician. I carried these ambitious dreams with me, and several years later, approached the end of school. Everyone was sending off university applications, and naturally, I applied to the top universities in the UK. About a month later, I received a response from my top choice, an unconditional offer. For those of you who don't know what that means, when a university gives you an unconditional offer, it means that you have a place no matter what. The university was so confident in my abilities that I didn't even need to get the grades. Exam season was a breeze. During free lessons, while everyone around me was studying and stressing out, I played games on my phone. I did well in my exams, not that I needed to, and school came to an end. After a pretty uneventful summer, I finally moved to Manchester to attend my first day of uni. I remember it so vividly. Everyone sat down and we were asked to do some introductory test questions. For the first time since I could remember, I had no idea what to do. Everyone else scribbled away as I stared blankly at this piece of paper. This is fine, I thought. These guys probably only know what to do because they spent the summer studying. What nerds. That evening I came home and started studying harder than I ever had before, determined to reclaim my position as best in the class. But, as the weeks passed, I gradually realised that no matter how hard I worked, I could never keep up. I was always behind everyone else, and one morning, I just gave up. I stopped attending classes and must have spent about 2 weeks in bed. I couldn't even muster the energy to care. As I aimlessly browsed my phone from the comfort of my room, I kept coming across Facebook posts by my old classmates. Each one told a unique story. Some people had jobs, others were laughing with their new friends. But the one thing that was visible across each post, they all looked so happy. Why were they doing so much better than me now, when I had done so much better than them at school? I gradually became more and more bitter, until one uneventful afternoon, it hit me. I'd always seen being smart as synonymous with success, and in that regard, I suppose, I'd failed to realise that a person's worth is determined by more than just their intelligence. I started coming back to class, but my attitude had changed. My old classmates might not have had good grades, but they shone in their own ways through their compassion, their enthusiasm, and their creativity. I always believed I was smart. But it wasn't until this belief was challenged that I saw the bigger picture. I wasn't the genius that I'd grown up believing I was. Instead, it turned out that everyone around me was only of average intelligence. I'd only been smart by comparison. This made me wonder, though, how many people out there are just like me, thinking that they're geniuses, when really they've just been hanging around with people who ultimately weren't so smart. Honestly, part of me is glad to be in this position, because it gives me something new to work towards. At my old school, I never had to work hard to be the best. But here, I feel challenged. In order to become the best, I need to study harder than I ever have before. This is a new experience for me, and while it might be a hard one, I welcome it. After all, as the saying goes, diamonds are made under pressure. Thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have a similar story, please share it in the comments section below.